Happy Friday! Welcome, it's Cece here with weekly horoscopes, and this is the reading for fire signs. So for fire signs, only phrase I really got wasn't a phrase, it was just one word. It was the word stop. And more cards came out than expected with these oracle cards here, so I'm just going to get right into it. And this is from the Work Your Light oracle cards. The first card says no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. It's very interesting because, when the phrase stop came to me, it's pretty much what I was getting. It was a sense of like needing to stop and assess the situation. So I feel like there's something that you need to say no to. There's something that you're doing that you should stop doing. Um, it's very different from like one of the daily readings that I've had. The first one I posted was, the message was yes. And for fire signs, your message this week is no, no, no. So, kind of think about what that might be and just stop. Say no. Think about the situation a little bit more. Because, it seems like you might be going the wrong direction with something. And the next card that popped out, this one's kind of funny because I almost went back to the Starseed deck for this, but, the Work Your Light Oracle card seemed a little bit better for this reading, and then I got the Starseed card, so it's just kind of funny. And it says, what lights you up? So I feel like, in terms of like, saying no or stopping this week, you're kind of trying to figure out what actually makes me happy. And the concept of star seeds is like this archetype of like not belonging, but you're here to like bring change to the earth. You're like reincarnated from these different, planets or dimensions or, basically not of this earth, and you're here to bring like, enlightened energy. So I feel like there's something that makes you happy that isn't of the norm, that is more of like a start seed typical thing that you'd want to do. So I feel like it's like figuring out what actually makes you happy. This kind of feels like it might be something career-wise. Maybe you want to try a different career. Maybe it feels like something that's really out there that most people wouldn't understand. But I figured that like you should do, instead of like going with the norm and trying to make other people happy and doing what other people want, is figuring out what you want, who you are. It's like really important. Who are you and what makes you happy? I feel like that's what you're asked to do this week. Um, and on top of the deck, we have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Yeah, I feel like this is the time to go within and really figure out what makes you happy. What is it that you really are meant to do? Not what you're supposed to do, not what other people might find acceptable, but what is it that you're actually here to do? And, filling your life with purpose, it gives it so much more meaning. Every day is, better and brighter when you live from your purpose, not from society's expectations. So I feel like if you're a fire sign, really think about that this week. I'm going to go to the bottom of the deck here. Oh, this is really nice. Soul family. Calling your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. So I feel like when you're stopping this week and thinking about what you want, what makes you happy, if you have your soul family around, go ahead and ask for them for help. It's a really beautiful card. So if you have like someone in your life who feels like soul family or like multiple people or a community, it feels like these are the people you can lean on now. And going to my tarot deck, we have the Empress. So this card is like, it's a really positive card. This is like, for me lately, this feels like the self-nurturing card. This is like taking care of yourself. This is like giving yourself the things that you need, maybe mothering yourself on a very deep level. And it's about like embodying your best self that you possibly can. It's, the card to me personally that goes to self-acceptance, self-love, this deep self-nurturing, or maybe this deep nurturing that you're giving to others. So I feel like, you're asked to kind of just find yourself this week, really, use the energy of the Empress and find yourself. Give yourself that love and acceptance that maybe you haven't even ever had in your life yet. Give it to yourself. And we have on top of the deck the Fool. This is a card of like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to be doing it anyway. This is the card of like, you have an opportunity. You don't know how it's going to go or what's going to happen. And it's like a very open-ended energy. And this is like the, card 0 or the very start of the tarot deck. This is like where the journey begins. This is, innocence, not knowing anything, not knowing any better, but going forward anyway. So it kind of feels like you don't really know what to do with this like new desire to like stop and like make a change, and you're kind of unsure. But with the Fool, it's like very promising. Like you may not know what you're going or what's going to happen, but you're in for a beautiful journey and you should go forward with it. And for our final card, we're just looking at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Wands. So to me, this is a card of like inspiration, new ideas, your passions. Occasionally it could be sexual energy, but I feel like for this reading, you're a fire sign. Literally, this is like the fire card right here. This is like really finding your passions this week and what makes you happy, what lights you up. So I feel like there's an opportunity to like put your life in a different direction this week, if it's possible. So check your rising, check your moon sign, check your main placements in your birth chart. If any of them are a fire sign, this might be the week to stop, reassess, and go in a different direction. You may not know what that looks like, but it could lead to something really beautiful and wonderful. Okay, I hope your week goes amazing.